investigated this and realized maybe you didn't even have bipolar, and with a lot of positive thinking and quote placebo effect, you're feeling better now. That's the hoofbeats being horses and not zebras. For now, we'll see. All right, 1-800-548-TALK. We'll be right back.
The campaign season is here, and your vote can make a difference. Comcast brings you the candidates on demand right now.
He is for our kids, our parents, and our future. Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Autumn Marisa, and you're watching Comcast Newsmakers Candidates on Demand. With me this hour is Brian Bushweller, who's running for senator in the 17th District. Today we're talking about his campaign. Thanks for being here.
Hi, glad to be here.
First of all, tell us where the 17th District is.
It's Little Creek, Dover, Wyoming, and Camden, and points in between.
Great. Now, let's talk about your experience, first of all. What brought you to this point?
I think experience is an important issue in my campaign, and I have some very directly related experience that I think will very greatly help me move into the position of a senator if I'm elected.
Right.
Among that experience is that for 5 years I worked as legislative liaison for then Governor Tom Carper from 1993 till 1998. Legislative liaison's job is to represent the governor's interest in the General Assembly in both the House and the Senate, and certainly I learned an awful lot about how things get done or don't get done in that position. I also served in the Carper administration as the Secretary of the Department of Public Safety, one of the largest departments of state government, and that also enabled me to understand fully how state agencies work and how they interact with the General Assembly and how they interact with the general public. Most recently, I just retired from 7 years as Senator Carper's state director. I managed his operations here in Delaware, and I learned again a whole lot about how the federal government interacts with the state government.
And why did you decide to take that experience and now run for Senate?
Because I have fundamental concerns about several basic quality of life issues here in Central Kent County, including such things as our schools, jobs, excessive development, open government, and retirement security. Mm-hmm. I think probably paramount among those, though, are the issues of jobs and the schools. Mm-hmm. Over the past 10 years or so, here in Central Kent County, we have been losing the good jobs that make for good communities hand over foot. 600 jobs at Bank of America, 300 at Sunrock, 250 at Citigroup, hundreds at Kraft, hundreds more at Playtex. Just within the past few weeks, we've had news stories about more than 100 jobs lost at Discover Card, almost 100 jobs lost at Rycold Chemical. And over this whole period of time, there's been almost no replacement for those good jobs. We have to address that. It's becoming a very alarming problem, and I intend to do something about it.
What do you hope to do about that?
Well, the primary thing I'm going to do is, first of all, not take the good old boy approach that we've been using for many years. Instead, I'm going to fully engage the successful businesses in the Dover area and the Central Kent County area in an effort to identify other businesses with whom they might have relations, and to identify specific reasons why it makes specific sense for another company to locate in Kent County. Mm-hmm. Rather than a scattershot, shotgun type approach, I want to use a rifle approach to recruiting good employers to Central Kent County.
Great. Now, you mentioned education. What are your thoughts on education? That's a big topic for a lot of our voters.
Well, in addition to the experience I just mentioned in government, I also spent 23 years as a teacher and as a teacher union representative, working in 3 different states for the teachers associations. I learned a great deal about our schools and the problems that are facing the schools, and if I'm elected, I'll be a very, very strong advocate for the schools. I think the big issue this year is the DSTP, the Delaware Student Testing Program. There's certainly broad consensus out there in the general public that the DSTP has to be changed, and I agree with that. But to me, the primary consideration now is not necessarily to what we change the DSTP, but rather that when we do change it, we keep the focus on the basic purpose of the DSTP, which is to provide all people who are concerned about education with an objective and clear assessment of how well our schools are doing and how well our students are doing. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that I will be promoting if I'm elected when we get into this DSTP issue is let's keep that strong, objective assessment so anybody who cares knows how the schools are doing.
Well, we're out of time, but can you leave our voters and our viewers with one last thought today before Election Day?
I think that An understanding of the issues is very important in this campaign, and I would encourage all the voters in the 17th district to look closely at the issues, look at my opponent, look at myself, see how we are on the issues, and vote on the issues.
Great. This hour's newsmaker has been Brian Bushweller, candidate for Senate in the 17th District. Thanks for watching this special edition of Comcast Newsmakers Candidates on Demand. You can see this segment and others on the On Demand channel. Don't forget to vote on November 4th, and thanks for watching.